I think it's a good move. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they can get this over the line. But the one thing I will say, if Arsenal go in for him, Spurs have got no chance. He will flat out reject. He will flat out reject Tottenham to join Arsenal. No doubt about that in my mind.
He'll be.
They will.
No, they won't go for him.
To be fair, I actually back Henry on this. I actually back Henry on this for once. I didn't with the Mbeumo, but I actually think there's more chance Tottenham go serious in for him than Arsenal. I think he joins Tottenham, if I'm honest.
I don't know if you guys see the reports that Tottenham, they're now doing what they used to do with Man United, that Tottenham don't have the funds. Like, that is complete crap. Like, that is whoever, it might have been the Times put that out. Our financial reports were down by something like 1.4% last year compared to the year before. Like, there's plenty of money to spend. And according to Paul O'Keefe and all that, terms have been agreed with Eze for like well over a year. So if Arsenal come in, I'll be very, very fucking pissed off if he goes. But Arsenal won't sign Eze. They'll go out and get a proper winger.
Yeah, they may.
I just don't think it makes sense getting Eze just based on how he plays. Arsenal don't have this left back that holds width. So the way Arsenal want to play, it's all about the structure of the build up and everything. If Eze wants to come inside, and then, for example, Mars Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori are on the left back, both of them also want to come inside. So then what ends up happening is you don't really have a player who's holding the width out on the left. Now you could try and make Eze do it, but then you're wasting him. Or you could make Calafiori or Lewis-Skelly do it, but you're wasting them. So to me, Arsenal, it just makes a lot more sense for them to get a proper winger who can hold width, beat his man round the outside.
What's interesting, though, I was going to say is that Ornstein has said that Arsenal want 3 attackers. And this is why I wouldn't just write. Listen, you could be right that he ends up at Spurs. I'm not saying that can't happen. But if they want 3, we know they've been told 50 million for Madueke. Now, again, if you want Madueke as a backup to Saka, right? But then you're thinking, well, we're going to get Rodrigo or Anthony Gordon on the left. I'm only using their names because of the reports from Samuel McBell. And you sign your striker, 50 million for Madueke or 65 million for Eze. I know what I'm fucking doing. Like, and when you turn around, people turn around and go, it's about having diversity in your play. I do agree that there are times where having too many players inversing will create an unbalanced approach. But how about a game where it's not working with Anthony Gordon or Martinelli creating the width and a fullback or a midfielder coming into those roles, and they change it. And now it's okay. Now Eze's coming on. He's going to come inside. What we need from you, Calafiori, what we need from you, Skelly, is to hold the width a little bit for us. Or they can move things around. And I think that for me is when you look at the way I can't remember their names, PSG play. When you look at Liverpool and then what Liverpool are adding this summer, they just have various ways they can attack and play. And Arsenal did become quite predictable. Get it to Saka, and he'll beat the man and either put it across the 6-yard box or cut in on his left and shoot. Odegaard will pass, rarely shoot, occasionally try like a through ball or a flick ball in the air. Martinelli will try and go on the outside, occasionally put it across the 6-yard box. If not, he cut it back onto his right foot and shoot. That was the way they attacked. They do need to add more to that. So I'm not sitting here because I don't have any inside information. I'm only reading the stories. But Ornstein said they want 3 attackers. One is going to be a 9. And I just don't see it being beyond the realms of possibility. And also, this is where Arsenal fans should be putting their energy and pressure and maybe their frustration, is if you are getting Norgards if you're getting all the backup positions that you asked to be filled, if you are getting your Norgards for 9 million, your Kepas for 5 million, this young lad from Spain for 17 million, it is not beyond the realms of possibility. If you're spending 60 million on the striker, it's quoted it might be 70 million for Rodrigo, 65 million for Eze. You add it all up, it's not that much. You're not talking about spending 400 million. You're talking about mid 200s plus some sales. So listen, I wouldn't write it. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it's going to be an interesting one to watch. And if Arsenal are serious about him, there's no way he's speeding up that move to Tottenham. He's going to sit there and wait, isn't he? Why would you speed up to go to Tottenham when maybe Arsenal or a bigger club?
We've just won silverware afterward. Like, just give us our...
I get that. Cal, welcome to the show, mate. Appreciate you coming on, bruv.
Nice one, boys.
Appreciate you coming on. Is it true Eze's an Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, Kulusevski's an Arsenal fan. Like, Jermaine Defoe was
Yeah,
an
but
Arsenal.
Kulusevski didn't try. Arsenal didn't try and sign Kulusevski though.
There's a difference.
Yeah, but like that whole because someone supports someone doesn't mean they can't play for anyone else. I think he's complete shit.
No,
It's not that he can't play for it. It's just that if Arsenal going for him at the same time as you, I think he's going to pick the club he supports and who are better.
I think
but he's just going to sit on the bench at Arsenal. Like he's not going to get.
Stop.
Does he start over Odegaard?
He will. Throughout, if he goes to Arsenal, he will take Odegaard's place.
You think he takes Odegaard's place?
He has to. He'll have to.
Odegaard's been out of form for a while. I mean, the only thing that maybe keeps Odegaard in is the fact that he's the captain. Yeah,
but Arteta subs him all the time though.
Yeah, but 20 take Odegaard here or there off the bench.
Hold on, Henry. Where's he going to play for Tottenham?
In the 10.
But you got Maddison
on the bench.
He's better than Maddison.
He's miles better than Maddison. So we get Eze. Maddison, thank you very much for those performances in that Europa League campaign.
Eze can't do that at Arsenal.
Sorry?
But Eze couldn't do that if he went to Arsenal. He couldn't walk.
No, because I don't think he starts in 10 because their captain's their playmaker and he's not going to drop their captain.
They could start left wing as well. Henry, with all due respect, bro, he chooses Arsenal over Spurs every day.
This is like Emblemo again.
I don't think they go all out for Eze. I think they'll look at Rodrigo.
Henry, do you want to know something else as well? You know he came from the Highland Academy. He was there first.
That doesn't mean shit. I mean,
that was his first academy. It's his first. And listen, you know as well as you do. If your first love came back now and said, "Don't marry your wife, marry me," you know you're saying yes, isn't it?
Careful, Henry, bro. Careful.
Yeah,
I don't want to be implicated in anything here, bro. Careful, bro.
Yeah, no, listen, he could genuinely join Tottenham. I'm not denying it, but this idea they won't go for him. But look, we've had a fiction or fact question come through. We're going to do in a minute, but I just want to go through some of these super chats first. Michael here says, personally, I like how we've approached the market so far. Kepa, Norgard, I keep wanting to say Mascara. It's not Mascara. Him. Mascara, that's the one. For around 30 to 35 million, addressing depth, renewals of Lewis Skelly and Gabby all before June. I'm confident big attackers will come in July. Listen, I hear you. Listen, as I said before, people are entitled to feel the way they want about their own football club. There's equally what they've got to remember is people have also got the right to react to how they're feeling. This idea, you can't tell me what to do whilst you're telling a football club what to do. It doesn't make sense. Again, you got to. I said the other day, like I had some Arsenal callers that came on and they said, "Don't like this signing, don't like that signing." Who would you like to sign instead? I'm not qualified. It's not my job to find them. Well, why is it your job to qualify? Why is it your job then to slag them off? That can't work one way. If you're not qualified to assess who you should sign, surely you're not qualified to assess if it's bad either. There has got to be some balance in this. That'll get me in trouble. Eze is a totally good signing. He helps solve the lack of creativity, and Rodrigo is not a touchline winger. That's also true. Rodrigo doesn't hug that touchline either, so that's very true. This here says he's an Haaland product, is what Shane has got to say here. This is the question. I'm going to press the Cal first. We've not heard much from Cal today. So this thing is we get fans are sending statements about what they believe. And we put fictional football before it. Fiction means, I don't believe it. Football means it's right. Very simplistic. It says here, fiction or football, Arsenal should trigger Eze's release clause now rather than wait on an uncertain move for Rodrigo.
Football.
So hang on.
This is just one word, and then that's it. Next topic.
Of course they should. Like again, I think it's been said. Like Arsenal need to show ambition this season, and you've seen what City have done so far. You see what Liverpool have done so far. Really and truly, it should be Eze and two others. If you're having serious thoughts about winning the league, Eze should be coming in because he covers the left wing, he covers the 10. At a push, he covers right wing as well. He's homegrown. He knows the Premier League. He's a player that can change a game on a whim. Surely, like, it should be a no-brainer, right? I know 68 mil sounds like a lot, but that's kind of the going rate for a top footballer nowadays.
Do you not think, though, like, with Rodrigo not playing in that Club World Cup game, and then, like, Ben Jacobs said he's...
Get them both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like because obviously you boys and City have both had really, really good windows. They need to show that statement of intent. If they go and get Eze and Rodrigo, then I think a lot of people will be like sitting like, hang on, they're fucking serious. You top that off with Gyökeres, but I think Rodrigo will be the guy. But if they get Eze, look, it's an unbelievable signing for them.
But as you said, Rodrigo's not a guarantee. And if Rodrigo becomes available on the market, Arsenal won't be the only team in for him either. So who's to say he doesn't get his head turned? Bayern Munich have made it very obvious they want a left winger. Who's to say his head doesn't get turned by Bayern Munich or another team? There's no point taking the risk. They're not in a position to take
Bayern over Arsenal.
Would I choose Bayern over Arsenal?
No, do you think Rodrigo would choose Bayern over Arsenal?
It's a debate. Like I'd say there's more chance of him winning silverware at Bayern than there is at Arsenal.
Yeah, just ask Harry Kane.
Well, it's a guarantee. They're gonna win. They win the league almost every year, so it's almost a guarantee.
And
they win the
Champions League as well. They've shown how good they can be in the Champions League as well.
I think it's. I agree with what you said there. I think, and maybe this is what they've been planning all along. Arsenal. I mean, Ornstein has said they want 3 attackers, and I know people hate this word, market opportunities. Maybe this is also why you don't go too early. I mean, I was watching Sane the other day, and I was like, "Damn, he looks a little shot to me." You know, this is maybe why they didn't rush into some bigger and more expensive deals earlier on in the window, because opportunities present themselves later on down the line. But I agree with you, Cal. If they want to send a genuine statement to Liverpool, who have just gone and got Wirtz and the fullbacks and Gahey, we'll get onto that later, maybe Isak. People are sleeping on the fact if Arsenal walk away from this window with Gyökeres, Rodrigo, or Gordon, plus, because I'm only using those names for anyone who gets triggered, because that's who they're linked to by Samuel McBell, plus an Eze, there is an argument to be made that that's a better window than what Liverpool have done, and some people might make Arsenal favourites. There's an argument. But it is, though. It is. If you guys get Isak, it's different. But some people would argue that Rodrigo, Eze, and Gyökeres joining Saka in the attack makes that a better window than Wirtz joining Salah. I mean, he's not even one of the front line. Again, there's an argument there. It depends on how you guys finish. Yeah. But at the very least, it's a statement to go, well, you've gone out and bought 3 or 4 players that have upped your levels. So and you are right, Arsenal have got to do it. What they can't do is go, right, we got your Zubimendi and Norgard, we got your Kepa, let's go. Because that's so, yeah, and I agree with Cal. 100%. And what do you mean stop it, Thomas? Let's not pretend like what I just said is mad. Let's not pretend that, because there is a world where Eze goes to a club like Arsenal and is one of the best attacking midfielders in the league. We can't pretend that isn't possible or plausible. Come on now. And I'm only going by players they're linked to. I'm not saying Yamal and they're going to get a time machine and bring back Eden Hazard and Messi. I'm talking about genuine players they're linked to that they have a chance of signing. And the Anthony Gordon one I also think is one to watch. I really do, because Newcastle are going to have to sell some players. And he was already out the team by towards the end of last season. And they're not going to want to sell Isak to that mob down there. I'm telling you, like
you don't want that to happen, Terry.
Oh, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. It's so sobering. It's so frustrating, because I just think and I rarely talk about guarantees and nobody else has a chance in anything, but I really do feel like the chance of City or Arsenal winning the league drops to near 0 if you guys add Isak to everything else you've done.
That is music to my ears.
I really do think that happens. You scored in all but 1 game last year. You had those 2 to your attack. I'm going to go and find a bookmaker that will let me put a bet on you scoring in every single game. I'm also going to put, if you sign Isak as well and add Gahey, I'm going to put a bet on you going invincible. I'm going to do it.
The only team that
I love this version of Terry.
I think the only team that was stopped you is
why haven't we spent money before?
Broken by Liverpool. Man United fan Terry broken by Liverpool. That's the headline. I love it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to put a few bets on. My view is this. I really think those things are achievable. Not guaranteed, but achievable. And they're going to sting. So the best to take the sting away, I'm going to put a couple of quid on it. Because then if it happens, at least I get a bit of money to take you know what I mean? To take the sting out of it. That's why I'm doing it.
It won't make you feel any better, Terry. Don't worry.
I wonder what you get, though, on the odds of the combined bet to score in every league game in a season and to go invincible. I bet even with Liverpool, you still get like 200 to 1. I bet you still get, if not more.
I mean, the odds on going invincible must be high anyway.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I'm gonna do it because I honestly, with those signings, man, that's why Arsenal have got. I was saying the other day, like, my club's actually doing quite well. I'm happy with our business so far, but we're just so far away. Like, I need Arsenal to do this. Even City, who like they're not going for a 5p or anything like that. I need them to come on, guys. Chelsea, Gittins, great. Like Delap, great, but come do something. So I need someone to stop Liverpool, man. I need Liverpool stopped.